this computer. Boom, it's going. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to Blackboard. Let's see here, Blackboard. Okay, Blackboard's over here. Here's week 13. Okay, so take a look at week 13, actually 13, 14, and 15. So anyway, what we're going to do here is we're actually going to work on this, and what it looks like is this project that we talked about before. So the first thing is you want to download the construction documents, which are right here, construction documents or your CDs. We're going to go ahead and open that. So go ahead and download this, and then I'm going to go ahead. I'll save it right there to my downloads, and I'll save it there. And then I will, sure, why not? And then I'll go ahead and open that up. So open that up, looks like this. Okay, so this is what the project is going to look like. Okay, now I have one other thing here. I think I've actually got something on my desktop that will yield some benefits. If we take a look at that, that's on the desktop. And I'm pretty sure I've got the final picture here somewhere. I think I do. Let's see here. Got a few different things in those different places. I've got a lot of different content. I just keep on, nope, not that. Let's try it here. Okay, I've got it in another location, so that's fine. I'll go ahead and take a look for it elsewhere, which is out on my hard drive. Community College, CIT 112, and CIT 112. Let's see here. We should have a. There's that. Okay, and gosh, okay, let me just find this. Right here. Okay. And let's see here. I will go ahead and I will open that up as soon as I find it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So just to be clear about this, can you guys see that house right there?
Yep.
Okay, this is a house that I built back in Detroit, actually in Madison Heights, Michigan. And so it's a pretty straightforward, simple house, nothing too tricky, but it'll give you the basics. So I'll show you the basics about how to go ahead and to put a project in here. Let me talk about a couple things here. First of all, notice this right here, just to talk about the levels. Okay, you're going to notice the levels right here. This level right here is where level 1 is. Okay, that's actually where level 1 would be, which is where you'd actually step into the house. Now, everything underneath here, going down to here, this is grade, okay? You'll notice that the garage is actually set at a different location than the actual door going into the house. So this is level 1, and this is grade down here. So the garage is going to be here. So you actually have a difference right there. You got a difference right there. So there's a few things that we're going to be getting into as we get into this house. By the way, I think I mentioned before, I was actually going to give it like a 12-12 roof pitch, so I could put another like an attic access, actually have another room upstairs, and that was also going to give me another room over my garage, but it violated what they said was their code, which was it couldn't be any more than 30 feet, so I had to drop it down. In any case, that's what we have right there. So this is the house that we're going to build. It's a straightforward house. It's basically a cube. It's a couple of stacked cubes. And I've done some of these for you, but the whole thought of this is we're going to learn how to create a project in Revit and make that work. So let me stop for a second. Let me pause. Any questions about this at all so far? Okay. Okay, we'll move on into this then. Okay, so jumping on into this, we are now on week for the video, we are now in week 13 of the spring semester 2022. And we are going to be working on the final project, which is the Winthrop project. Looks like this right here. This is the final. So what we're going to do right now is getting into this. What we will do along with this, and I've gone over you guys before what the basic building steps are. And so to get into this right now, going back over to here, I download these construction documents. And again, the deliverable is going to be the project, and in the project you will be creating a set of sheets that actually could be printed just like this, and those are your construction documents whenever you're working on any kind of project. And by the way, if anyone did not quite understand what I was looking for, just shoot me an email, let me know what's going on. I'm more than happy to give you extra time to go ahead and work on this if it was not clear. But I think it was, since not too many people were speaking up right there, I'm assuming it was clear. I know there was at least one person that had a question about it, but that's, that happens sometimes. So in any case, that's what you have to do is you're going to create the project, and along with that, you're going to create sheets that go along with it that can then be printed up. That's the deliverable. That's what a complete project is. The whole thought is you got to get it out on a sheet of paper or in a PDF that you can send it to somebody, which is what I have here. So here you've got a cover sheet like we did before. Okay, so the custom garage had a cover sheet. You got a cover sheet right here. So I moved down here, and you'll also have got some sheets here. I've got a cover sheet first floor. I got a first floor detail here. Now, the set of construction documents I'm giving you have a detail sheet. Those will not be on the final. You don't have to put that on, and I'll explain why I'm putting two sheets on briefly here. So here is the first floor. This is the first floor right here. This is the first floor of the structure right here. This is a standard construction document kind of a thing that you have where you have a floor plan. And as you take a look at the floor plan here, it shows you what it looks like. It's a standard floor plan with stairs, with a kitchen, with doors, with windows. All this is put in place, pretty straightforward. You got a garage out here, and this is actually the sheet. This is what it would look like when we're all done. And then this is a detail. This is a detail sheet that I actually put together. You do not have to make the detail sheet. Let me repeat this. You don't have to make the detail sheet. I'm just giving this to you so the dimensions were larger and it'd be easier to read. That's what my goal is with this whole thing. When you're working with Revit, you can make extra views as needed, which is what I did here. So you had the detail that you need here. So we got this right here, and I just explain what this area is. This is the place that we built. It had a very open floor plan when you were in here right now, when you're in here, and you're able to look, really from this corner right here all the way in to see my wife while she's in the kitchen. Okay, so I could do that. It's pretty cool. It worked out really, really well. To this day, I've seen few open. I actually had an architect help me design this, a guy who designed kitchens and stuff. And so when I did this, I just made this really open floor plan. I was really surprised at just how open and functional it was. Great for having people over. Really, really nice. So we had that. And at the time I had 4 kids. They're all running around, going crazy, so we had that going on. So those of you who have a lot of kids, it's nice to have open floor plan. But along with that, we had a second floor. It was actually a 3-bedroom house. The 4th bedroom, as I mentioned, was supposed to be over the garage. They nixed that. So we had to go with it. So we got this. This is the second floor. And I got the basic information right here. You'll notice that I grayed out the area, the doors right there, just so it was more visible right there. So you see what's going on right there. And then, so I got that going on. Then going down to here, this is my detail. This is the detail, which actually gives you the dimensions. Okay, so as you have that right there. So this is all going on. And that is what we have happening right there. So we have the dimensions there looking good. Next thing, this is the basement. Now, the basement was kind of my answer to what they wouldn't let me do upstairs. So I made an extra room right down here, which was my office, which was going to serve as an extra bedroom as we needed it right now. We actually had an area over here stubbed out to actually put a bathroom in there. So it was actually all set to put in the plumbing for a bathroom down here, which we didn't do. So we left it as our laundry room, but we actually could have put a bathroom down there too. So those are some things that we did. And it was already a 2.5 bath house, but this would have given it 3.5, which would have been nice, for company and so forth. So you got your stairwell with a little bend in it right here. This is what the basement was like right there. That's what you have. And then you got your elevations. Now the elevations are typical, and these will actually auto generate for the most part, because I have it set up to do that. So these should pretty much pop into place, and we should be okay as far as that goes. And then down here, I've got the actual foundation plan. I go simple with the foundation plans. You can go in a lot more detail on these. I'm deliberately going very, very simple on this. So I'm just going over what we have right here. And you got a 36 by 12 inch bearing footing. So you got that going on. Here's the section view. Okay, this is a section view. This is actually showing us if we were to do a cutaway of the wall. If you're ever going to do this, when I submitted these drawings to the city to say, hey, can I build this? They said, well, these are the views we need. And one of them was a section view, which is what we have right here. So that's my wall section. So I have that. And the last thing is a schedule. Now your schedule, if you're not familiar with what that terminology means, it just means a listing. It means a listing of your rooms, or rather your doors and your windows. Okay, because there's going to be different kinds of windows and doors. You go to your schedule, it tells you which is which. So that is all that has to be done. These sheets need to be generated. So if you guys have not watched the videos to the end, you would not have known that, because something I cover in excruciating detail. But if you didn't really watch, you just kind of did fast and loose, then yeah, you wouldn't have those, but that's not how we do projects. We don't do projects fast and loose. So this is what we want done here. Revit is, the whole thought about Revit is you want to put together, kick out some construction plans. So let me stop for a second. Are there any questions just yet? Looking for dialogue here, looking for
I have
dialogue.
a quick one, actually. There was a elevation view on our homework due. I was unable to produce a realistic view, so I went with the next lower option. Is that an issue when we're putting together the documents?
No, I'm not going to make it an issue because I realize that, depending upon what your graphics card is on your machine, it might not give you that high-end rendering. So that's something that you may not have available. You would not have been able to do that. So that's something.
All right, so part B on that is if I can't see it, is it assumed when it shows up on your system, when you open those documents, you also can't see it, or is it just a limitation on my end?
That's a good question. From what I've seen, as I've looked through your different projects, I've been seeing all the glorious detail. So if you guys have not been seeing that, I have been. Like, when we did the brick building right there, I could see all the brick. I could see it in realistic format. So I can see it all because I've got a suit. My machine that I've got a Dell that's like a gaming machine. And if you ever want to know the cheap way to buy a CAD station, buy a gaming machine, because your gaming machines have pretty much a souped up video card and they have tons of RAM. That's why it's a really good way to go, and it's cheaper than buying a full-blown CAD system. They'll sell you a CAD system for like 3 times as much. I found you don't need all that, so that's not what I do. And so that's how you save yourself a few bucks from your professor. That's what you do. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Now, one thing about that, always check your video card, because there are video cards that are compatible with AutoCAD and Revit and some that are not. Now, if it's not compatible, it might still work, but not everything is licensed to work. If you want to be sure, find one that does work. Even if it's not listed, it still might work, and it might just hiccup here and there. Also, if you don't have enough video RAM on your machine, it's very possible you're not getting the kind of rendering, which is really what it is, low level rendering that you would get as you work on this right here. So that's possible. That is possible, but I haven't seen everything. So I've not run into anything where I've actually not seen it. So anyway.
I chose to not leave that realistic view on just because I couldn't see it. I didn't want to take the chance that the document showed up blank on your end.
Yeah, no, that's silly. Let me do a quick thing.
I was just gonna mention along those lines, I originally could see the realistic renderings, but then they kind of disappeared on me too. And I still submitted it, but I just could not get them to show up again.
Okay, let me do this. Since it's a question. Okay, you see what I've been doing all week. Okay, so I got these Revit floor plans. Stacy, do you mind if I open up your drawing in front of the class?
No, that's fine.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, so this is what I've got, and this is what it looks like on my machine, just so we can kind of make sure that we are talking apples to apples. So if I take a look at yours right here, see that? See how good that looks? Were you getting that look or no?
Yes, but I was talking about the garage project.
Okay, I have not opened the garage projects yet, so I'll know that tonight.
Okay, yep.
I'll know those. I had a few of you guys that have submitted those, but yeah, that should not be a problem. Let me do this real quickly here.
Well, I could see the 3D rendering, but it was a matter of putting the elevation renderings in. For some reason, they showed originally, and then they just kind of disappeared on me. If I put my cursor over it,
yeah,
then I would see the outlines of the items.
Right, and that is a classic example of a video card that's not handling it very well.
Okay, yeah, I have not the best computer, so that's okay.
And that does happen, and so I'm not going to grade you down for it, but the thing is, everything I'm seeing right now is everything's coming through nice on mine. So that's
okay, perfect.
All right, so good. Thanks, Stacy. Appreciate your feedback on that. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to go ahead and we're going to start to work with this right now. And so I've got this, got the meeting information, and I got this. Let's see what we got here. All right, so this is our Winthrop project. So what I've actually got a set of plans printed up here, as I always do. I would recommend you do the same thing. Print them up, because it's a lot easier to work with this stuff when they are all printed up and you can see them very clearly. So here's what you want to do, as I want to do, is over here, what I will do is I would go to our to the appropriate location. This is Winthrop project, weeks 13, 14, and 15. The reason it's called Winthrop, that was the street it was on. And so we have that going on right there. And Yeah, excuse me, guys. There's a big crisis going on with some people we know. I'm just my phone just dinged and just want to kind of, you know, kind of quiet that because I don't want to get distracted by it. Okay, so anyway, so you download the construction documents. Then the next thing you have right here is I have a template, okay, because I believe in templates. So I'm gonna not drop the template down here. So I got the template down there, Winthrop House. All right, and we got that. Now here I actually have some videos. They're a little bit old, but they do the trick, and these are all there. I'm going to be posting a new one, but I just posted these, and a lot of these are getting a lot of views. I'm getting a lot of views on my I should be able to monetize my channel before too long, my YouTube channel. So watch for that, guys. It'll be a big fanfare, I'm sure, you know. Anyway, so going into this right now, what I have going on here is okay, going over to here. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so I've got this, I just downloaded that right there. So we're going to go there. Now, what I would do is I've got a few things here. Now, before we get into all this, I just want to share a couple things. This is actually something that I actually put together. This is actually a house right now. And what I'm going to do right now is just kind of show you basically the kind of thing you can get there. Can you guys see that animation going on right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of like what you can do with Enscape. Okay, that's the kind of thing you can make happen. And I can kind of zoom in and zoom out and get different kinds of views here. So go through it. I'm looking at doing a new deck at my house. Actually, that's what that is all about. So you're actually able to go through here and as I go through here, I'm trying to learn to navigate this a little bit better because this is all kind of a little bit different. And so as I'm going through here right now and kind of like making this work a little bit better, I've got a few different views I could have. And I'm just kind of like using these different views. There's a fly mode and there's actually a walk mode. The walk mode, for whatever reason, drops you down here. I don't know why it does that, but it does. And anyway, kind of does this, kind of does that. All right, kind of go up like this. And then we should be able to kind of like turn around, makes it a little more rational right there. But really beautiful rendering with this Enscape stuff, really, really nice. And this thing is I go through here, we'll go ahead and kind of just move this around. And I'm just going to walk over to the front here. Now, what I'm planning on doing right now is putting in a deck and also some patio type work in the backyard. Desperately need some help back there. So I'm going to work on this whole thing right now. So this is the kind of thing that you can do to get a really good, you know, kind of a what if scenario as you're working with stuff, okay, as you're working with all this kind of thing. And I'm actually in a neighborhood right now, so it's not by any means this open. This looks like I'm on the moon, you know, a little patch of green, but it's really not that way. But I'm planning on doing a few things like this. So this is how we go about making this work. And this is how we go ahead and kind of just see this a little bit more clearly as we're working along with this. So anyway, that's just kind of a quick idea. I just want to show you guys what you can do with this Revit stuff. It's very, very powerful. And this is, again, this is a free rendering engine right here for students. It's called Enscape. Okay, you can actually do that. So anyway, this is kind of a representation as far as the kind of thing you can do here. And so this is a different residential home, which we'll get to. We won't get to, we're just kind of showing it to you, but the trees animate and so forth. I just kind of do that so you guys can be interested in it. And it's something that I find to be actually pretty fun. So anyway, you got that going on. Any questions about that at all before I kind of leave that one alone? A lot of times people say, wow, that's really cool. I'd like to do that. Anyone, is there any interest in doing this kind of stuff that I'm showing you right now?
Certainly.
Yeah, it's on mine.
Okay, that's on your, yeah, they need people to do this, by the way. They need people who can actually do these kinds of things. And the tools are part of it. Okay, so if you need help along those lines, reach out to me. I'd be happy to kind of give you more assistance. So right now, so it doesn't hog my my hard drive, I'm going to close out of that and I will go over to here. So go over to here, and this is the house I just looked at a moment ago. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start with this right now. So I'm going to jump out of here and we're going to go here. Now this is what it's going to look like when we're all done. Here is, okay, there's that project. Yeah, I'm going to save that project. What the heck? I'll save that project. And then when I was working on this, I had this, and then I had level 1. This is actually what the level 1. This is actually putting in the different items right there, the decking and so forth. Fun stuff. So I'll go ahead and close out of there. Okay, so this is now we're going to work on. We're going to work on this. This is our 3D house right now, and I'll close out of this too. So close out of that. A little bit of information there. Okay, so now all I've got is this. This is my final version. This is the final version of the 3D house that we're going to make right here. The 3-story Winthrop house right here. You'll notice that right here, I've got the same kind of porch here. I simplified some of the details, but pretty much true to nature right here. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to start with our template. So we'll go to File, and we'll go to New Project. File, New Project. Asks us to choose a template. So we're going to go browse out. I'm going to browse out to the template that I've downloaded, and I download out here, and there's my Winthrop House template 2022. I open it up. So to open this up, it's going to go ahead and I go ahead and click on OK. And once I do this, it's going to give me the classic nothing's in here. Now, this particular item right out here, this is some of you guys probably know what that is. Those are elevation markers. This one's out here because the house is going to go here. And the garage is going to extend out this a little bit. That's just how I have that put together. Now, the first thing I want to do is going over here and taking a look at this right now. Is I want to take a look at the different dimensions. I could actually start by looking at my actually, what do I want to do here? Let me close that there. And all right, what do we got here? That too. All right, and let me go ahead and open up the yeah, that one should have stuck and it didn't. So I'm gonna open that back up. So open this up from the downloads. Okay, we got this right here. So Winthrop House 1. Okay, so here it is right now. This is the first floor right here. So the first floor looks like this. Let's zoom in a little bit. So the first floor looks like this. So what do we have? Well, we have a 27-foot wall by a 27-foot wall like that. So it's 27 by 20. Hello. Is somebody talking to me? I just heard someone trying to talk. Was that intentional? Okay. In any case, it's 27 feet by 27 feet, and then we're going to basically go in in a foot and a half by a foot and a half. Then we're going to go ahead and draw this up. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So we're going to start with this wall right here. Now the wall right here, I don't have the detail right here, but there's actually a good amount of detail in here. If I go ahead and jump down to here, if I go down to here, it looks like this. So I actually have this wall information right here, which I'm going to draw right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put that together. I'm going to start to make this happen. So let's go ahead and we'll start to make this happen. So here's where I'm starting. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start with wall. Now, when you go to wall right here, I've got it preloaded with the basic wall brick exterior wall. Now, you'll notice that there's brick on the bottom. So since it's my first floor, that's what I'm going to use. Notice over here what my details are. As we get into this right now, let's see here. I want to make sure. And you guys are seeing everything right now?
Yes.
Is that a yes? Okay, I'll make sure you guys are seeing all this. Okay, so I'm going to put on this. Okay, it's red highlighter. So over here, first of all, this is basic wall, brick exterior wall. This is the location that's going to be finished face interior. Okay, actually in this case, I think I'm going to make it finished face exterior. I think, yeah, I should make that finished face exterior, which I will do. So make the finished face exterior. The base constraint is level 1. So I'm going to be drawing this out with level 1, thinking of the first floor. So I'm going to be thinking primarily about the actual dwelling part, the garage. I'll have to adjust that. Let's go ahead and get started here. So we said it's 27 feet. So there it is right there, basic wall. Now, as far as this goes, I can go ahead and use this right here, just using my line option. So I'm going to go here and let me zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to change this down here. Down here is, I can actually change and put my detail on because I want to make sure my wall is going in the right direction. Now, again, it's this tool right down here. This lets you have either coarse, medium, or fine. You want fine detail. So you want fine detail. I'm going to go ahead and click here and start to pull it over. Now, let's take a look. Let's zoom in here. What do we got here? Now, you want to zoom in close enough so you can see what's going on here. So I do that right there. I can see that the massing is going on to the outside. Okay, so that's actually how that should be. You should have more lines on the outside. So I'm going to pull it over and I'm going to type in 27. So I type in 27. I've got that. 27 feet. Let me go down this way and I want to go down 27 again. And I've got that. Then I go over this way. 27 yet again. Okay, so I've got that. So 27, 27, 27. Now, the distance I want to go up is going to be 1.5 feet. So I can say 1.5. That means 1.5 feet. That's 18 inches. That's one of the kind of things it's a little kind of a cheat thing you can do when you work with Revit, because Revit's native measurement is feet when you're working in America. So I can type in 1.5 and enter. Then go over here and the distance is going to be, what's the size of the garage? I think it's 23. Yep, and I think it is. I'm going to go over this way and then this is going to be 24. That. And then this is going to be 23 again. Let's bring it out there and I touch it like that. Okay, so how did we do? Let's take a look at it in 3D. So take a look at it in 3D and boom, it looks like that. That's what it should look like. Brick is on the outside and the and you got this interior. That's actually drywall right there. So that's what the wall looks like. Now, just to explain what's going on with this wall here, if you zoom into it, you can kind of see what's going, that there's some detail here. If I go here and if I change the consistent colors, you can see it looks like that. But the wall actually has some things going on inside of it. So let me just kind of show you real quickly how this works. If I highlight one of these walls right here, you'll notice that I have this. And if I go to edit type, I can actually get a preview is what it looks like over here. I'll click on preview and it does this. So that's what the wall looks like. These are the layers that you have actually that are part of the wall. You have an exterior brick. It's a brick veneer. When I made this house, like I showed you guys before, there was actually about a 3/4 inch brick inset and that went into this blue foam material. And then after that, you had sheathing, and then you had your stud, and then you had drywall. That's what the wall consisted of. That was in there. And right inside this cavity was insulation. Now, if I go here, if I choose section, you see it looks like this right here. That's what the wall looks like in this kind of view. Okay, so you've actually got the brick, you've got the styrofoam, the foam right there, insulation. You've got the sheathing, you have the stud, and you have the gypsum. So that's the wall that I just put in there. That's what's going on. That's what went in. And the total thickness of the wall is 6.5 inches. So that's what that is. So 6.5. If I go to edit right here, this is how you could change it. So if you want to change a wall and add more elements, this is how you do it. You go in here and you add these different elements. And then you could save it as a different one. But this is how you would do it. For those that are interested in going a little bit deeper on this, this is how you go ahead and do this. You go ahead and put these different elements in here. And you can create these. You could get, I could make the wall thinner. I can make it thicker. I could add elements. I could take elements away. So in any case, that's what's happening right there. I made this for you, so you don't have to think about dink around making a new wall. But it looks like this now. Okay, so now that I've done this, these 3 walls need to go down to a different level. They need to go down to grade. We talked about this. So I just go here, and I'll make them go to grade. So watch this. They drop down. They go down to grade. And let's see what we have here. So take a look at this. It looks a little bit broken up, but it's actually exactly how it's supposed to be. So go ahead and do that. And now watch what happens if I look at it from the front. Look at it from the front and see that. That's actually what it should look like. That's actually what this particular item should look like. You've got something down there. Oh, that's a wall coming down. Yeah. So you got that going on there. So that's what you have happening. And any questions so far? Okay, so far so good. Okay, so we got that. Now, the next thing you'd want to do is just place a few dimensions, make sure that you are where you want to be. So we talked about dimensions before. If I click on this right, let's make sure it's all right. So I go here. Now, that's not giving me anything there. I'll go here, see if it's giving me something there. And I'm going to go ahead and to actually measure this, I'm going to actually click on this leader line. That moves my witness line out this way, and it moves it out this way. And then it says it is 27 feet. So we're good to go there. Now, if I want this dimension to be permanent, in other words, if I want it to turn black, instead of just being an editing tool, but I want it to be an actual annotation, if you click on this tool right here, it says right here, if you hover your cursor over it, it says make this temporary dimension permanent. So if I click on that, I click on there, and now you'll notice it says 27 feet and it's black. Okay, so we have that right there. So I've got that going on. Next thing I do is if I click on this wall right here, click on this wall. So you see that that's not really giving me what I want right there. So I can actually take this and drag this witness line down and say, I want to measure out to here. So I want to go to, and I want to go up to here. So I'm going to go up to the outside of there. And when I do that, that's 20. So you can actually grab the witness lines, which is what I just did there. So what I did is I controlled it and I made it go in the correct position. We're good to go. And then when I have that, I can click on this, make this temporary dimension permanent. Boom, boom. 27 feet by 27 feet, we're good to go. And then I can also just go ahead and put in standard dimensions here if I think I'm pretty much right. This is my line dimension tool. I can go ahead and go on the outside wall here. And I'm hitting that space bar, so I actually wind up going to the outside. Again, I'll go ahead and go here. And I want to go to the outside of this dimension right here, hit my tab key right from there. And if I did this correctly, hit my tab key again, and that's 23 feet, exactly what it should be. And then this next dimension, I'm hovering my cursor over here. I press my tab key till it's at the outside. I pull down here, press my tab key, that goes there, and that's 24 feet. So that is actually what that's supposed to be, and we are good to go. So now I'm going to commit. I'm going to save it as file, save as a project, and I'm going to save it. If it won't save as a project, we'll always save as a template. For those that have gone through this, it means you double click on the template. And Revit is reading that as a template still. See, there's a workaround. I've showed you guys how to do that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save this to the desktop. And on the desktop, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go ahead and call this Winthrop project. There it is. Okay, so I've got that going. Okay, so right now I've got that right there in place. Okay, so we are good to go. And that is how we go ahead and make that happen. Now, at this point, I actually did a little bit of a cheat on this one. I think I actually just used this this wall, and I think I continue it down here. Yeah, I think that's what I did right there. Even in reality, that's not the kind of way I did the wall. But let's just go ahead and say that I did. I'll go ahead and click on this, and I'll go ahead and let's click on this wall here. Click on this wall. And now when I got this, I can click and just drag this straight down. And let's go ahead and click right down to here, and we're good to go. So now I've got that wall like that, and that's, that's what I got right there. So I've got this brick wall on the inside. We'll just leave that there. So it divides the two areas, and we are good to go. Now, next thing we have right here, if I go over here, this is my finished project right here. If I go to the level one of this one right now I get into some of the detail here. Like for instance, I've got a door right here. I've got a door right here, which is door number 4. And so if I find this out, it tells me this is door. If I look on the schedule, it'll tell me this is door exterior, single entry, half glass, half arch glass, wood, 36 by 84. So that's what it is. And it's 7'4" from the corner. Okay, so let me go ahead and put that in just to show you how to put these in. So I go back to here and I go in, go to my doors. So I'll look for my doors. And I got to go find that door. So first of all, I'll go down here and do I have such a door? Yes, I do right here. I've got all this stuff under most recently used. I did this on purpose to make life easier for you. So you just kind of go down here and find it. So I did this, and I'll go ahead and drop it. And we learned before, I just go ahead and kind of drop this in position here. And I'll go ahead and drop that. And then with that's in there, it looks pretty good, except the number needs to change. The number needs to change to, I think we said it was 7 or 4. No, it's number 4. So to change this, I click right here. And I change the number. If it'll let me do that, should let me in a minute. If that hadn't, just close out of it. Nope. It's going to zoom in closer. All right, and make it number 4. So I got that. Okay, so that's number 4. It looks good. And then I need to just make sure that it's 7'7". Now over here, you'll notice that it's not going to the middle. So if I click on this, it moves that to the middle. If I click on this, it should move it to the outside end of the wall, and it does. And that's 7'6.5 inches. And I just want to make it 7'4". Boom, there it is. Now at this point, let's just take a quick look at it 3D and make sure it's looking good. And hey, look at that. We've got our door right there. So our door is in place. We're looking good. So we are, as the expression goes, cooking with gas. Okay, so we did that. So I got that over here, and then I got I got a window over here. This is window number 4. Window number 4, this is window tags, and this one is actually double hung with trim, 36 by 72. Double hung with trim, 36 by 72. So I'll put that in, and I'll go to my window over here. Go to my window. Go to window, double hung with trim, 36 by 72 is what mine has to be. 36 by 72. Let me see. Yeah, it's right there. Double hung with trim. I'll go ahead and place it right around here. And that's going to need to move to 7'4" as well, because that's what my dimension is supposed to be. So I'll go ahead and click on that, move it over there. And I'll make this distance 7'4", and I'll stop. So once I've got that, if I take a look at it 3D again, it looks like this. And there it is. That's basically what it's going to start to look like as you get into this. So let me stop for a second. Any questions so far about what we've done? This should all be pretty much review, except we're doing more of everything. Any questions so far? You guys still out there?
I do not.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for hearing me. Okay. So now what I need to do is, now that I've done that, I have another item I want to place out here. And that is over here. What I've got now is I've actually got this. Now I've got that in place. That's number, did I make that number 4? I don't think I did. Yeah, I did. So we're going to go there. Okay. So now I'm over here. And I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go up here. Now this is actually, this is door number 5. Now this is doors triple glass, 108 inches by 84, and it's 6'6". Okay, so I'm going to put that, and that's like we got this great deal on this door with French doors, they called it. It's a French door with like glass on the sides. So that's what we got. And so I guess that's actually not a French door. It's just a door set in two different, with two side lights is what we have right there. So we'll go ahead and place that. And we will place that. So over here, I'd go to door because that's a door. And I'd go ahead and hit this drop down. And this should show up down here. Let's see here, raise panel. Okay, is it here? It looks like it's not there. Okay, so I'd have to go find it. So where is it? It is triple glass, 108 by 84 right there. It's going to take this. I'll place it right around there. And I wanted to swing, I think I want to swing out, don't I? Yeah, I do. So I'm going to drop it there. And so once I've got that there, the number of that one's supposed to be 5, and I think it is. So I think we have number 5. Yes, we're going to go. This got to be 6'6" from the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom into here and take a look at it. So I'll click on that. And it's got to be 6'6" from the corner. So go ahead and click and drag this. Well, if you click on it, it goes outside, wall center, inside. So I want to go ahead and click on it. I could also drag it. So I'm going to make that 6'6". So 6.5, I can make it 6.5. That gives me 6'6". So I've got that, and we are looking good. That's looking great so far. So if I go back to my 3D view, it looks like this now. And I go ahead and I rotate it around, and now it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Is there a question? Is there someone's microphone? No question. Okay. Then over here, I've actually got to put in a window. Now the window right here is actually the kitchen window. This is window number 5. It's slided with trim, 5 feet by 3 feet. Slided with trim, 5 feet by 3 feet. That's 7'4". Okay, so we're here, window, slided with trim. So window, slided with trim. Okay, 5 feet by 3 feet, and that's somewhere, that's right there. So I'm going to take this and place it right around there. And that's got to be right there. That's number 5. So we can click on that, and that's got to be 7'4" from the corner. So go there, and I want to go to the middle here, and I'll make that 7'4". There we go. Okay, so that is right now what we would call the fenestration for the exterior. So go here and we'll take a look at that, and that's what it looks like. Okay, looks pretty good. Now the window is a little too high, so let me go ahead and check that. I think that window is a little too high. Let me see what's it got to be. That should be 4 feet. The sill height should be 4 feet. I made mine too high, I think. So go here. Yep, sill height needs to be 4 feet. So I'm going to drop it down to 4. So 4 feet like that. Go take a look at this again, and then it looks like that. So that's what it should look like. Okay, so now we've got it looking good. Now, if it helps right now at this point, and I think it is helpful, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a floor in, okay? Because the floor helps you kind of orient this right here. Now, the floor I'm going to put in right here, there's actually, you can choose it from floors. I don't think on mine, I gave you, let me take a look at this one. Over here. Okay, if I turn on my floor, what kind of floor did I put in here? I don't know. Let me go VV, and I'm going to turn my floor is already there. So I just need to turn that on. Let's go ahead and go here. I'll go ahead and go consistent colors. Okay, looks like that. So I went ahead and put carpet in the front room, make it realistic. Okay, so I got this carpet right there. I got concrete there, and I don't see too much out here. So I don't, okay. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna go ahead and to go ahead and put a floor underneath this whole thing. I'm gonna go to floor and floor architectural, and I'm going to use this one. I'll just use this one, carpet finish, make life easy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this right here, this rectangle. So go from the rectangle to rectangle. And what I'm going to do right here is, because it makes life a little bit neater, I'm going to go from the inside corner. I'm going from the inside corner right here. And so right around there, boom. I'm going to go ahead and go. Now you notice how bright it is right there. I've got it there. I've got the magenta a border showing up right there, and go from here down to the far end. So go down to here, down to the far end, and it goes right to here. I click there, and we'll go boom. We got that, and I'll go ahead and click the green check mark, and we'll see what she does there. Now I've got that. That should actually give me a respectable looking floor. Let's see if it does. Let's see if I got what I wanted. And right there I did. Now, don't worry about the carpet. You could always change the color. It may be garish. Don't worry about that. Don't get hung up about that. Okay, one thing about this floor right here is you'll notice that the floor is actually kind of like inset a little bit. I did it that way on purpose because I want the cladding to go around it. And so the reason is if you take the floor and you carry it to the outside, a lot of times it can interfere with the exterior finish. It's a funny Revit thing right there. So what I do is I leave it on the inside, and then you can actually cause it to go a little bit further into the walls if you wanted to do that. But you always want to have room around the exterior for your information there. So that's just one thing right there. So it should look basically like that, and then we'll save it. That just gives you some orientation as far as how that looks. Now over on the other side, over here with my other level 1 here, I'm going to put in right over here. I've got this. This is actually a generic floor, concrete, and this one's going to go outside to outside. That's what I'm going to do there. So here, I'll put in my floor on this side. And again, the way I would do this is I go to floor, and I would go to generic concrete for this one, and a generic 12-inch concrete. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and use my rectangle. This time, I'm going to go outside to outside because that just makes more sense. So outside corner. By the way, totally unrelated to any of this right now, but do I have any hockey fans out there that are watching the NHL playoffs at all? Anybody care?
I am, yeah.
Okay, yeah, me too. Do you have a dog in the fight? Is there a team you're interested in?
I'd like to see the Lightning do a three-peat, to be honest.
The Lightning. All right, yeah. Stevie Y. I'm from Detroit, so I'm a big fan of what Stevie Y did with the Lightning there. And
Yeah, Detroit made it for the first time in a while.
what's that now?
Isn't Detroit playing?
No, they had a bad second half of the season. I'm actually right now. Here's how it is with me. Number one, I always root for the Detroit Red Wings. Okay, now after that, I root for any of the original 6. Okay, now after that, I root for any Canadian team. That's pretty much how it goes for me. So right now, I would like to see the Leafs win it, just because it's been so long for those people.
Yeah, I don't think Austin Matthews will have another season like this.
I don't know. He certainly came out of nowhere, didn't he? And the thing is, he looked pretty good. So who's to say? You know, you never know. People do funny things. People kind of like do. It is kind of, you know, people do things in the playoffs that you don't think they will. That's what makes them so fun. To me, it's the best tournament in all sports and the best trophy for sure. But I'd like to see some Canadian team win it because they've not won. There's not been a Canadian team that has won the Stanley Cup since 1993. That's a bit long. Okay.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's been 29 years, and that's just too long for the Stanley Cup not to be in Canada. And by the same token, it's been in Florida and California. It's like, come on, you know, they didn't even care. They got so much else going on. Anyway, I know some people do care, of course, because there's transplants everywhere. But in any case, I would like to see one of the Canadian teams do something. We'll see if they do or not. By the way, you know,
Bruins are playing tonight. Sorry,
what's that now?
the Bruins are playing tonight, and yeah.
I'm a fan of the Bruins. I do like again, original 6. So when I grew up, it was back in my day. I used to have Bobby Orr and Phil Esposito and, you know, all the Jerry Cheevers, you know, anyway. But they were really something to behold, and they were terrifying. They were so brutal. I mean, the kind of game they played was like very, very, you know, there's an old saying. There was this guy, I think it was King Clancy, was one of the old hockey guys, one of the old hockey patriarchs. And he used to say, if you can't beat him in the alley, you can't beat him on the ice, you know. So you gotta be able to fight your way through. And that's old time hockey, but that's North American hockey, I should say. It's not European hockey. European hockey is a much more elegant skill type thing, which frankly, when I was playing, I played hockey for 4.5 years, and I coached for a couple years. And I don't like this stuff. I mean, I understand it. I do get it. I like a good fight as anybody, but hockey is such a cool game. It's so elegant. I kind of hate to see just a fight break out. I mean, if you're gonna have a fight, go back to the 1970s. No helmets. You drop the gloves and you're pounding each other with bare fists on skulls. That's what's happening. Now you see a fight and they're just smashing their fists against plastic helmets. I don't know. To me, there's something lost in there. I just don't get it. It's like, and these guys come out and say, what happened? He's out for 3 weeks. He broke his hand in a fight, you know, pounding on someone's helmet. It's like, that makes no sense. That never used to happen. But I'm really getting off subject. But anyway, we'll keep on going here. But yeah, go Bruins, go Leafs, go Canadian teams. I guess that's where I'm at right now. So we'll keep on moving. All right. Anyway, but I do love hockey. It's a great game. Okay, so going back here. Now, next thing I've got is I've actually got a rear a door here, and the door has to go on the back here. Door right here. This is door. This is 6. This is a single flush 36 by 84 inch door. So I'm going to put that in. Door single flush 36 by 84. So I'm going to drop that in there. And with a door. Okay, over here. And we're single flush 36 by 84 right here. And this goes right here. Now here, I don't think I gave you guys a measurement on this. I'm going to drop it right there. And then I'm going to, and these, by the way, when you drop these in here, you can do this and rotate those through. And when I've got that right there, I think I just made it like like a 1.5 feet from the corner. Let me see. I'm not really too worried about it. It's just got to be logically placed. You know, so if I go here, what is it? 2 feet. I got 2 feet from outside to outside is what that is. Okay, 2 feet or 3'6" for the inside wall. So 3'6" for the inside wall we'll use. So go ahead and go there and we'll click on this and we'll make it 3'6". Okay, so that's it, 3'6" right there. Okay, there it is. So we'll save it again. So now we're looking good. Now we just have to put in at the front right here, we have to put in the garage door. The garage door right here, actually take a look at this. The garage door is actually, it's this overhead sectional garage door, 15 feet by 10 3/4. If you have your cursor over it, it tells you that's what it is. And we'll go ahead and place that, and we're going to just go ahead and make that happen. So I'll go here and go to my door, and we'll change this to overhead sectional garage door. And I think this is the right size by default. We'll find out, won't we? Now go here, and you'll notice that it's giving me, see what it's doing right there? It's actually giving me a perfect, it's giving me a perfect center right there. It's actually trying to center it there for me. Okay, when you do this with temporary dimensions. And so it does that. So if I go ahead and drop it there, that's going to be pretty darn close. Then I just have to move these. So I'm actually going and inside wall to inside wall. So that's actually good. So it's 11 feet 2 3/4, 11 feet 2 3/4 from the inside and the inside. Yeah, that's good. That actually works really good. So I've got that. And that is door number 7. So that's door number 7 right there. So now let's take a look at it in 3D. Take a look at it in 3D, and it's like, okay, it's looking like something now, isn't it? So it's looking good. Now this bleed through here, don't worry about that. You see it kind of comes and goes. It can deceive you. If I turn that off, I think it's going to be better. So what's it doing there? Okay, so it looks like I might need to, it looks like that's bleeding through, and that's not what I want. Okay, so got this wall. Oh, you know why? I didn't put the floor on the grade. That's why. So I'll put the floor in grade. There we go. Now that's better. Okay. I was wondering why that was happening. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to here, and I'll go ahead and make this happen, and I'll go ahead and make this realistic. Okay, now that's a little bit better. Yeah, that's how this should look. Okay, so now we're looking good. Now this also has to go down to grade. So I go here, and so yeah, sometimes just got to do a little bit of careful stuff here. And you'll notice this has to go down to grade too. So here, and I'll put that door down. This door, I got to get out of the door. That has to go down to grade. Does this make sense why we go down to grade? I think, trust it does, but it has to go down to grade because that's a little bit lower. That's how houses are constructed, because that's actually going to drive right in. And that's how that actually happens. You got this kind of going on here, and I'll work on this stuff in a minute, but that's gonna take care of itself there. So got that, and then that, why is that going over like that? That's going over too far. So go to level 1. Let me see if I can't fix that floor. What's going on with the floor here? All right. Okay, so we try this. Turn on the floor. All right, turn on the floors. Boom. Apply. Okay. All right, there's the floor. Okay, now the floor. Where is that? I'll go to edit boundary. Now the edit boundary is right like that. That actually should be fine. Maybe it needs to go over a little bit. Yeah. Oh, not like that. Or is it like that? Yes. Okay, do that. All right, let's see what it looks like now. Okay, didn't like that, did it? Okay. Okay, so then we got that, and we'll fix that later. But for right now, it doesn't really go out there, does it? Anyway, we'll leave it right there. Okay, so we got that right there. So it gives you a basic representation as far as how that looks. And that's all good. We take a look at it in our classic 3D view. And it looks like that. So now we're good to go. So we save it. We're good to go. We've got our basic first floor. And that is how we go ahead and start with that. So that's the first floor. Now from there, a couple different things you could do here is you'd want to start to place your walls. Now the walls right here, inside here, they can be a little bit tricky, but they're not terrible. You guys can work it out because essentially what you do is you just want to draw the walls, you know, basically at their proper locations. Okay, so you notice I've got a wall that goes from inside face to inside face. It's 13 feet, 10 and a half. So I can use inside face to inside face, do 13 feet, 10 and a half, and get that wall in there. Then I'll just go ahead and adjust it. Now this wall right here is 12'9", 12'9" to the inside right there. So 12'9" and then 13'10". So what I'll do is I'm going to put those in, and those are going to be the interior walls, going to be finished face interior. So here, and I'll go ahead and start to place these. So the first one I'm going to do is I'll place a wall, and we got 13 feet, 10 and a half. So I'll go ahead and start to put in a wall, and I'll go to wall, and I'll make it interior wall right here, interior wall 4.5 inches. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pick a point somewhere right around here. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to drag it down just so it's pretty clear. So I'm going to pick a point here. No, I'm going to try that again. Okay. Take it, pull it right down like this. All right, so I've got that. Okay, so once I've got that, let's go ahead and place it. Okay, so I'll click on this right here. What's the distance supposed to be? 13 feet, 10 and a half. Go from here to here, so I just change that. 13 feet, 10.5, and that goes right like that. So now that's properly placed. Okay, you can see that that dimension's there. That is actually where that wall is supposed to be. So I got the first wall in, and I'm just going all the way across. Now I need another wall here. So I'll do the same thing. I'll just go ahead and pick a point here, and I'll drag it straight across like that. Not really too worried about what the size is, because then I can go ahead and place it. And that one's supposed to be 12'9" down here. So it's supposed to be 12'9". So I'll type in 12'9", boom, and that's in there. So now those two walls, the basics are where they should be. Now this wall needs to be taken and pulled back, okay, because it actually doesn't continue that far. So it's a very open floor plan. I talked about that before. So I'm going to pull that back there. And I'll take this wall and pull this one back a little bit. So I'll pull this one back over to here, and let's go ahead and do this. So I'll go ahead and do that. Now at this point, I've got a basic kind of a thing right here, and all the dimensions here in the plan. So I've got this going on right here. I've got this happening. This is 2 feet and 3/4. And I've got this wall right here, and we are looking pretty good. And then this wall right here needs to be 5'2" from this side to this side. So it needs to be 5'2", that wall right there. So I'm going to go ahead and now place that wall. And what is it right now? So I need that to be 5'2". So I'll go ahead and take this and pull it over here. And we'll go ahead and take that. Okay, and that should be 5 feet 2. So 5 feet 2, boom, like that. And it does that. Okay, so I've got that going on. And then, so that's 5 feet 2, and then that goes the outside there. And then needs to go down 6'1". It's an inside dimension. That's okay. And then what I would do is I'd go ahead and place another wall here. So go here, wall, and I'll go from here. And I'll just make it 6'1". Why not? Actually, it's not really going. That's okay. We'll just go ahead and I'll adjust it in a second here. I'll go ahead and go down here, make it roughly that, and pull it over like that. And then that dimension needs to be 6'1". All right, so 6'1". Okay, that went the wrong way. All right, that's okay. That's okay. We can fix it. And then, all right, went the wrong way. So, so instead of that, I can go this way, and that dimension should be. Yeah, we're just going to put another wall in here, and then we'll move the whole thing. So go down to here. And we'll here, down a little bit. So I got that. Okay, so now let's see here. So that's going to be 6'1". So I'm going to put a couple dimensions on here, make sure it's what it should be. So go from here on the inside. The inside. That should be. Okay, should be, okay, that should be 6'1", and it's not. It's gonna take this wall and I'm gonna move it down. Okay. There you go. That's 6'1". All right, so that's 6'1" right there. We're good to go there. And the next dimension is 5'2". So I'm going to do this. And this is just how you would go ahead and make this all kind of fit. And I'm pressing the tab key to get the other dimensions as I'm going through here right now. Press the tab key and it goes the outside. Now that one says 5'4¼ That's not what I want it to be. I want it to be 5'2". So I'll take this wall right here and I'm gonna go ahead and go back this way. Like that. All right, so 6'1" and 5'2". We are looking good. Yes, we are. Okay, and 6'1". Yep. Okay, and then the next one down here is actually got to be, is it 8'9"? Yes, it is 8'9". Okay, so this should be 8'9". Let's see how good we are with that. So I'll go ahead and do this. Put this one on here. This is going to be tab, and then 8'9" to the inside there. Tab again. Ooh, pretty darn close. Okay, so 8'9" just needs to move up a little bit. So we're here, and we'll go ahead and take this and move it up. There it is. Beautiful. So those are all in place right now. 8'9". Okay, so that actually puts that in place. And then this wall right here needs to actually come back straight across here to divide these two rooms. Okay, now that needs to be broken right here. This wall right here needs to be broken from here to here. There's actually a wall break right there. So to put in a wall break, what you would do is you would use a wall break command. So this is an architecture. And over here, you've actually got a wall opening right here. And so I go to wall opening. This is how to actually put this together. So I'll go ahead and pick a point right around here. And I'll pick another point right around here. And I do that. And I place that in there. Now, at this point, when I take a look at it in 3D, you're going to notice that it looks kind of goofy, okay? Because it's like, wah. So it looks like that. And that's not what it should be. So I don't want the top set to be, I want it to be -1 like that. And that brings it down. And then the base offset needs to be 0. So then it brings it down to the bottom. So that's what you do with a wall opening. So you take the wall opening, you're able to do this. So I made the top offset -1 foot. So it's actually dropping down a foot from the ceiling. Okay, that's how that works right there. And then down here, the actual base offset was 2 feet. Now it's 0. So you're able to do that. So now I got a wall opening right there. And now you've got a really very useful room right there. We actually have a bunch of room right there. Last dimension I wanted to get here was going to be right here. This one has to be, what's this one? I put it into one of these. Let's see here. I think it's got to be from here to here. Here. There, 2'4". I think that's pretty darn close. Let's see what it is here. Okay, 2 feet and 3/4 is what that's supposed to be. 2 feet and 3/4. Okay. I'm pretty darn close. 2 feet and 3/4. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take this. And I'll take this and back it off a little bit there. If I can do that. Can I do that? Oh, I got to grab this. Okay, so grab this. So grab this over and drag it down. Okay. Get close. There it is, 2 3/4. There it is. Okay, so I've got that. And then this right here needs to go, it's going to be 2 3/4 on this side, 2 feet and 3/4 right around there like that. Okay, so we're going to go. Okay, so then that is what that looks like. Now, we talked about this before. How do I see my space? If we go here, if I want to put a camera, I can click on here, go to camera. I'll go ahead and take it. I'll look from here straight on through, and I do this, and boom, looks like that. Now I'm seeing right through from one room all the way into the other. So we got this going on right there. And that is actually what the house looked like, okay, which is giving a little bit of deja vu here, but that's actually what it did. Okay, so you actually go through there and you're actually seeing what's happening right there. So you're seeing that space right there. And this wall goes a little too far, so I gotta fix that one. So let's see here, go back to the level 1. Yeah, this needs to be backed off. So this wall needs to be pulled back to where that point is. So it pulls right back to here, like that. Let's take a look at our 3D view. There you go. And so I've got this view right here looking into the front. And so we're looking pretty good there. And if I want to get a little bit of an idea as far as like what this looked like or what it would be, I can take this and pull this back just a little bit. And this was my location from my chair. And I go here realistic and you got that kind of view. And that's sometimes very helpful to see that. And that's what it should look like, where you actually have this opening right here. And that's what there. Let me kind of stop for a second here. Any questions so far? Okay, all right. I must be doing this flawlessly. That's all I can say. Okay, so here we go, level 1. Okay, so I've got this. So now that I've got that in place and I'm taking a look down here, that's all looking pretty darn good. Now, there is a location with furniture right in here. There's a bunch of stuff there. And I'm going to show you here. Now watch this. This is where I did this because I care about you guys. Okay, so down here, I've actually got this first floor kitchen casework. See this down here? I actually got this. This is under my model. I can take this. I'm going to drop it right in place right here. Now to do this, I'm going to go right here. Boom. And then when I do that, well, Shazam, look at that. Okay. So I got that right there. And then go ahead and take that and I can just kind of just move it over a little bit. So it just kind of goes right into place there. And we do that. And that is how we go ahead and place that. Now let's take a look at our 3D view and you'll see that, well, look at that. You're seeing right through to the garage, to the kitchen right there. Ain't that nice? So, yeah, so that's what you got going on right there. So that's how you do this. And then if you want to get a little bit better view to kind of see what's going on here, you could actually go over here and you could take it and you can take a look from here on over. So we go here and I go to my camera and say, okay, let me take a look. I'll take it right here. I'll take it here outside. You can actually do this right here. Now I'm looking at this wall, so I just hide that. So go hide and view this element. So do that. Now I'm seeing it right through to the kitchen area. Ain't that dandy? So I got that right there. I can then go here and make it realistic, and that shows me what that looks like. And that's actually what the view is of the kitchen, roughly, as far as what it's supposed to look like. So that is the equipment that I gave you guys. I think I might have deleted a couple elements right there. That won't happen to you. But that's what happened to me as I kind of placed it in there, but I could place it again, but you get the idea. I'll go ahead and get rid of that. I can place it again if I lose that. Take this and kind of put it in position right there, like that. This. Oh, it has to be there, huh? All right, we'll do that. It looks like oh, use edit, paste on, let's keep them. Okay. Okay. I think we're good to go there. Let's take a look at it again. Okay, so we got that, looks good. And then we got the 3D view too. So that came out. Yeah, it looks like I'm missing those cabinets. I sure they want to. All right, anyway, I'm not gonna worry about that. They should come in for you guys in any case. What I just did there is, remember this, I think you just kind of got to take it, and I think what happened there is try one more time. First look at your case work. And I'm not too worried about this right here. I just didn't want you guys to have to draw the whole thing. And as I do that, all right. See, that's way better. Yeah, it's better. So yeah, if you just are careful, you kind of get them in there. And that's what that should look like. Okay. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's just supposed to give you some orientation. That's what it is right there. So you got that right there. And that's how you go ahead and place those elements. So I just went ahead and did that. And it looks like this. Now at this point, then I just need to put in the doors and the toilet fixtures and so forth. Because I've actually got here that's actually a bifold door right there. So go here to architecture and go to door, and I'll go to bifold. And so bifold, do I have a bifold door? I sure do. Where's my bifold door? Is that a 48? Yeah, I think it is a 48. So go there and there. Isn't that nice? Goes right in place right there. And that's supposed to be, I think that's supposed to be number 2. Yes, that's supposed to be number 2. So go ahead and change that to number 2. 2. There we go. So I got that. And then I actually had a bathroom door here. And just going over here, what is the bathroom door? The bathroom door here is it's number 1 single flush 30 by 80. Okay, number 1 single flush 30 by 80. So I'll go ahead and go to architecture. Now I'll go to door. Single flush 30 by 80. Here. And take this and we'll do this. Flip it. And there it is. Okay. Now at this point, we're looking pretty good. Then we just need the elements that I've actually saved before here. Under plumbing, I've actually got here under, I think it's under plumbing. I got plumbing fixtures right here. And I've got a toilet. All right. Okay. I'm a domestic toilet 3D. Take it and I'll go around. I'm going to place it on the wall, which goes right around like that. Okay, then I've actually got a vanity. Let's see here. Where is my vanity? Okay, let me take a look at my vanity real quickly here. Make sure I'm getting the right thing here. And this is actually, it's a sink. Is that together or not? Plumbing fixture, sink, vanity round. Okay, plumbing fixture, sink, vanity round. What is that then? Interesting. Huh. And that's vanity counter depth. Okay, all right. And maybe I did save this one too. Let's see here. Let me zoom down here. Maybe I've got it. Large, I guess not. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to build that up. And so I should have saved this for you guys. Okay, but I'll just go here and sink vanity round. Plumbing fixtures, and there's casework, all this stuff here. All right, casework. Yeah, vanity right here. Vanity countertop with sink. That's I think what we want right there, right here. Okay. All right, something like this. Drop it right there like that. And then at this point, it needs to just be moved over like this. And then this needs to move over too. Okay, then you got that. I think that's about right. Okay, that's what that should look like. Okay, so you got your sink, you got that in there, and that is a pretty good start on this. And I also have actually got a door right here. I've got a door into the garage and into the basement. So I'll put the door in real quickly. This door should be a 36 by 80 inch door, I think, right here. That is a 36 by 84 inch door, single flush. Now I'll go ahead and place that at the edge of the refrigerator. So I'm going to do that. So we'll go to door, and we'll have 36 by 84 inches. Door, 36 by 84 inches, single flush. Yep, and I'll go ahead and place it right around there. Boom, there it is. Okay, and then the number of that should be, what should the number be? That should be number, okay, this is number 19, really, okay. So make that number 19. So that becomes number 19. So if I click on that. So we got that. Looks good. Looks very good. Okay, so we got that. All right, and that is basically the first floor right there. You got the first floor done right there. And I have one more window over there. One more window over here. And this is this one right here. It's actually number 1. And that's fixed garage window. So if I can drop that one, that's centered. So architecture, window, fixed garage window. And garage window right here. Garage window just goes right here. And drop this like that. Boom. And that looks pretty darn good. So now I take a look at it. I'll go to here and it looks like this here. So I'm going to take a look at this and we kind of do this. And that window, is that too high? Let's find out. We'll go to here. We'll find out. There's that. And how high is that window? That window is 4'4" is the sill height. And over here, let's find out what that is. 4'4" should be the sill height. So 4'4". 4'4". Got that. All right. Now at that point, we take a look at it in 3D, and it looks like this right here. So we are looking good, and that is looking very respectable. All right. So that is how we'd start. That's how we get that going there. And then at that point, that gets us a good start as far as moving in this whole thing. So we've got that going on right there. So that is essentially your first floor plan. Second floor plan is going to be going to build on that foundation, and then we're going to be doing the basement as well. Let's see here. So to do the basement, let's see here. Let's save this here, and then we'll come back and we'll continue on here because I want to make sure I'm giving you a few things that we've got going on here. You know what I'll do right now is while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place I'm going to put a ceiling on here. I'm going to put a ceiling on here. So the ceiling, I'm going to go to my ceiling plan. So this is something we haven't really done yet. So a level 1 ceiling, and to put the ceiling, you see this right here in place. And I'm going to put the ceiling in place. So to do this, I'm going to go to my ceiling, and the ceiling operates just like the door. And if I were to go here, I can go ahead and sketch the ceiling, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go from right up here, right from this corner, right down to here like that. Hit my green check mark. And then when I do that, when I take a look at my different 3D views, now you'll see that there is a ceiling in place. At least there should be. Is that my ceiling? Should be. Yeah. All right. And let's see if that is. Okay. What is going on with that? Why is that doing that? Okay. Maybe level 2. Oh, why is it? Okay. Why is it offset 8 feet? Make it 0. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so for some reason I have mine set at 8 feet. Shouldn't have been set at 8 feet. So I just went ahead and brought that down. Now you're getting a real good idea as far as what that's going to look like. So now you got you got all these you got the ceiling in place, and for some reason mine was set at 8 feet. I don't know why, but in any case we're good to go there. So that is how we do that. Now I got the ceiling in place, and now that I've got that in place, I could actually begin to put on my second floor. So we got that right there. So let me stop. Are there any questions before I continue on here?
No.
Good. Okay. All right. So next thing we're going to do. So I've got all that right there. That's all looking pretty darn good. And then I will go ahead and I'll go to my level 1 here. And what I want to do next is I want to actually put my second floor on. So I'm going to level 2. And we'll go to level 2. One thing I want to do is you'll notice that right now, all I'm seeing right now is this right here. That is just my my ceiling right there. And what I want to do is I want to see the rest of the information here. So to do this, you use this in what's called an underlay. So the underlay right here, underlay lets you see other information. So I want to see what's underneath here. So my underlay, I'm going to say here, I want to see level 1. So to level 1, and I want to look down, I hit apply, and there I have it right there. So that's it. So now what I can do is I can place my my second floor in position. So to do this, I'm going to do this. We're going to go to wall. And we're going to go to wall, architectural, and we're going to place an exterior wall on top. So this is the sided exterior wall. There's my sided exterior wall. Now, if I'm doing this correctly, and I think I will, I'm going to go right from this upper left corner. Go from here. I'm going to pull it right down here to the lower right, and we'll find out if it came out correctly. I don't know if it did or not. Let's find out. Because that should have given me looks like, did that do that? No, I should do that twice. All right, so try this again. Here. All right, so at that point, it's not giving me, okay, let's take a look at it in 3D, see what it did. There it is. Okay, so there's my 3D view. So there it is, just like a cube on top. Okay, there's my ceiling that's right there, and now I have to put a door, now I have to put a floor in place to orient myself, but you get the basic idea. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to level 2, and I'm going to place a floor. There's a floor in place. Now the floor, right now I'm on level 2. To put a floor, I'm going to put a floor system in. So go to floor, architectural, and just to make this one a little bit different, I'm just going to make this one, what the heck, I'll make this a wood joist with a wood finish. So again, I'm going to go inside wall to inside wall. So I'm going to go right up here, right from this location here, and then right over here. So that it goes right to there. Hit my green check mark. And don't attach at this point. I don't want to attach those. If it asks you, just say you don't want to attach them. Now at this point, I'm going to take a look at my 3D view and see what it looks like right now. So now I got my 3D view. I've got this. And I'm seeing my ceiling right here, but I'm not seeing my floor. It looks like my ceiling and my floor are kind of getting each other's way. So what I'm gonna do with my ceiling right here, I want to grab my, okay, so I'm gonna grab that. So it looks like what I gotta do is I have to. Okay, so that's there. Now what's that gotta be? Second level 2, height offset from level. That should be just about right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this down. It's like my compound ceiling, height offset from level. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna move it down. Let's see, 1. No, went the wrong way. So I'll go -1. Okay, there we go. So now I got the floor. Now if I did this right, I should be seeing it, the ceiling still here. I'm gonna take a look at it. Yeah, there's a ceiling. Good. Okay, so I did that. So there's my ceiling. And there's my ceiling there. And then I have my floor. So we are good to go. So I got my floor there. So there we go. Okay, so we are looking good. So now at this point, now that I have that in place, I could put in my windows. Okay, so I got some windows. I'll save this. And I want to put some windows in, and then I'll put some walls in. So again, I'll just begin to place these. Now, one thing about this one right here is I actually I'll go ahead and put the back windows in. So the back windows need to go over here. They're actually located in the back. And so I go to level 2 here. Level 2 shows me these. Now I got 7'4". These are like double hung with trim 36 by 60. Double hung with trim 36 by 60. So I'll go ahead and place those in here. Back over to here, and I'll go to window and double hung with trim 36 by 60. There it is. I'm going to drop it here, and I'll go ahead and put that there. And that one should be 7'4" from the 7'4" from that level 2 location. Yeah, 7'4" from the middle. Okay, it's number 12. Okay, so it's okay. Number 12 is good. So I take that number. I'm going to move it outside here, and I'm going to make that 7'4", going to the center, right to there, and click on this again. All right. All right, 7'4", 7'4", boom, there it is. Okay, I got that. Now at this point, a little tricky thing I can do here is I can mirror it. So I'll go ahead and use my mirror line. So I'll use pick axis. I'm going to go here. Now let me do that. So I'll draw my axis. Boom, there it is. And now if this is correct, I go here, then this should be .4 from the outside. Let's find out. 7'4" from the outside, yes. 7'4" from the outside. So here to the outside. Yeah, there we are. 7'4". So let's take a look at it. Take a look at it in 3D. And we go here, and boom, look at that. It looks pretty darn good. Now I just need to make sure I've got the windows at the height they need to be at. 2'6". Make sure they're 2'6", because. All right. Oh, okay, I need to be 2'6". So I need to come down. So 2. Got those. Okay, they're looking pretty darn good. And for whatever reason, it didn't give me the. This one didn't give me. Oh, you know why? Okay, I know why. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this one because it didn't give me. It didn't give me the. I didn't mirror the whole. I didn't mirror the. I did mirror the tag. Go down here and do this. Mirror the tag. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now like that. Let's take a look at it in 3D. Looks like that. Okay, so now 2'6" and 2'6". Verify that's what they are. No. So. All right. All right. And that's what they have right there. Okay, take a look. Okay, so now we got that. Now it's looking pretty darn good. Okay, so now it's good. Now I need to place another window, the same window, right around the front here. So I'm going to go ahead and place that. And that is going to be the same window. So go here to level 2. And I will go here and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can mirror that one because that one should go right around to the front. The same thing, grab these two. I'm going to mirror those. So mirror here. Okay, so we get that. Okay, so we'll just place it. I'll go ahead and do this. I'll do this. And I will create somewhere. Here's a little trick here. If you just want to create the same window in another location, right click on this and go to create somewhere. Then pull it right down here. And I'm going to do the same thing like that. And I'll go here. And that one's got to be 7'4". Okay, so there we have it. And then I have one more window right there. And so what I'll do is I'll place that. I'll mirror that. So I'll grab this and I will mirror that. Make sure the right dimensions are right. Yep, that's good. And then over here. That's good. So those are all perfect. And those are all perfectly placed. Now, when I have that, I'll take a look at it in 3D again. And now you got this. That's what it should look like. Now, I'm going to do one more thing here. This is a little bit tricky because the way it goes like here to place this, I'm going to go to the top view, which is going to be level 2. So go here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here. I'm going to drag in this porch area. So I got this porch down here. You'll see it says front porch. I'll click and drag this in here. And when I drag it, you see it's right now, it's showing up right here. And what I want to do is I want to place it so it's right at the midpoint of here. So go ahead and go here, midpoint to midpoint. I'm off by a little bit. Don't want to be too far off. I'll be pretty close to what this is. Yeah, that's what I want right there. That's good. And drop it right there. Now, once I've done that, it's a little bit off, but that's okay because I can actually make that work in another view. I'll just use my arrow keys and move this in like that. Now, at that point, let's see how close I came. To see how that came out, I'm going to my 3D view. And okay, looks like that. Looks pretty, oh, okay, it needs to go down though. So it's too high up, so I need to put it on level 1. So I'll change it to level 1 like this. Or does that need to go to grade? I might need to go to grade. Let's go to grade. Okay, maybe I have to go to level 1. Try to get to level 1. There you go. Okay, now when you got that, it looks like this here. Now over here, yeah, it looks perfect. Okay, so just use my arrow keys. And so now at that point, I designed the porch for you guys because my students are having a really tough time with it. So I've got that in place now. So that is what you'd have. So we got that in place. So now we are looking pretty darn good. So we'll save it and we'll just push it a little bit further and then we're going to stop for the night. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go up to here to level 2 and up here on level 2, I'm right here now. Now at this point, I can turn off the underlay because I don't need it anymore. So I'll go to here and I'll go to my underlay and I'll turn it off none. And I'll hit apply. Okay, so now we're good to go. Now, I need to begin to put in my walls. Now the walls right here, I got one wall here that's 10'2", runs all the way across. 10'2", runs all the way across. So I'll do that. Then I have one that's 12 feet. So 10'2" and 12 feet. I'll just run those two straight down. And you guys are going to pick this up pretty quickly how this goes. All right, so I'll go here. I'll start with my wall. And I'm going to go ahead and place it. And again, this needs to be my interior wall. So I'm going to touch it here, boom, here, and go right down here like that. So stop it right there. And I'll put another one here to here. Boom to boom. And then we'll go ahead and we'll place them. So now this one, how are we doing here? That's supposed to be 10'2". So let's go here and type in 10'2", boom, it does that. Now this one needs to be, what's that, 12 foot? I thought it was 12 foot. That needs to be 12 feet. 12 feet exactly, yeah. So go back to here, make that 12 feet. So here, click on this, And that one needs to be 12 feet. So type in 12. Boom. At that point, that's the main hallway right there. So you got that right there. So those are perfectly placed right there. Then at that point, you just need to place the other walls. And I got a wall right here. This is 12 foot 5. Okay, this is 12 foot 5. And this is 10 foot 10. 10 foot 10 and a half. So 12 foot 5. We'll do that one. Then we'll do both. So 12 foot 5. So we'll place this one. Go like that. Touch it. And it is only a 12 foot 5. So 12 foot 5, boom. And the other one's 10 foot 10 and a half. Do this. Right, 10 foot 10 and a half. All right, that's looking pretty darn good. Now at that point, all right, over here, so I've got those in place. And so now this one's a 5 foot 3 right there. And then I'll put in the other. So I'll put in a 5 foot 3 wall to divide those two. And this is, just a interior closet wall right here. Let's say 5 foot 3. Okay, so 5 foot 3. Okay. And then we'll place the doors. Okay, so go to doors and boom and boom like that. And we are looking pretty darn good right there. And yeah, then I'd have to number my doors, make sure they're right. I don't think I got the right numbers there, or maybe I did. So it's 10 and 9. Okay, so 10 and 9. All right. This is going to be 10. And this will be 9. So go down here. 10. And then down here, make this 9. There we go. So I got that. And so I got those broken up right there. And then there would be doors that would be placed in there. But over here, I'll just do the master bedroom real quickly. Okay, because over here, we're talking, this is a 13 foot 6 wall. And 13 foot 6, and then okay, then the others. Okay, so 13 foot 6, and we do the details. All right, so 13 foot 6 to do the next one. Okay, let's make sure the dimension's right. We'll move on from there. There it is. Oh. Right, there it is. Okay, so now we are looking good. Now, and then just trying to think of a good place, okay, to leave this. All right, now this wall right here. Okay, so this wall right here is 8 foot 4, 1 3/4. Okay, so I'll draw that wall, and that'll be the wall that'll kind of enclose the staircase. 8 foot 4 3/4, right? 8 foot 1 3/4. Okay, so do that. There it is. Okay, looking good. Save it. And then at that point, we can start to put in the doors, which I'll do right now. And the doors for all these, I think, are going to be pretty much, I think they're going to be all 30. It's a 30-inch door. 30, 30, 30. Okay, those are all 30-inch doors. So go ahead and place those. Just put in some 30-inch doors. And that'll begin to give us a little bit of orientation on this. All right, so go ahead and we'll place this one here. Okay, something like that there. And yeah. Right. Okay, so got that kind of thing going on, looking good. And yes, we do. Yes, we do. And then, yeah, it looks really good. Looks really good. So I'm going to slide this over a little bit. And yeah, that is basically how we go ahead and go through that. Now, I do have some other walls here that I'm going to place, and then we'll kind of call it a night. So go ahead. This right here, this is a 5-foot wall, and this is 6 foot 4.5. 5-foot wall, 6 foot 4.5. 4 foot 8 3/4. Okay, so 4 foot 8 3/4 we'll put in. All right. That's okay. All right. And that is pretty close to what you wanted to have there. And so we're going to place one more door here. And I'll create a similar door here. Place this right over here. Do this and flip it like that. And so at that point, you now have a very good outline as far as that goes. And then I think we're going to stop right there. So we're almost at 8 o'clock right there. So we're going to stop right there and we're going to save it. And then just so you guys can get an idea as far as like what this looks like, if you want to see it, a little thing you could do here, we can go ahead and put in a camera. So I'm going to put a camera right down here and take a look at it. Then I just go ahead and take this wall. I'm going to tell it to, I'm going to hide it. I'm going to hide that element. And then I got this right here. You can kind of get an idea as far as like what it looks like. Okay, so now you got like this. And you're looking down the hallway right there. And this gives you a real good idea as far as like how you've got this thing working right here. And so I got a couple things on there, but that's okay. Okay, so that is what it would look like. Okay, so you got this door right here, you got the hallway, and you got this. This is all how it would actually look. So that is essentially what that's going to look like. That's what the space will look like. So we got this, and we're going to stop right there. So I'm going to put it in 3D just so you guys can see it. And then at that point, we are good to go. So we're going to stop right there and we will come back and work with this. So now I got the second floor built out. So next week, we're going to finish putting the roofs on, and then we're going to place the, that point, we're going to do the foundation. We'll do that. Okay, and then from there, we'll place the stairs. So those are all gonna be things we're doing like next week. So I'm going to stop right there, and all this information is going to be included on the video because the video is going right now, and we're going to save that. So that's all I have for right now. So I'm going to stop right there, and right now it's going to be lab time. Again, use it as you want to, but the thing is, it's lab time. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to save this, and we'll go ahead and we'll do this. Go here, and I'm going to save that, and we'll take it up from there. Are there any questions right now?